The January LTI Mirai Guardian giveaway has been unlocked by reaching our subscriber goals over on Twitch. Links to everything are in the description down below. Watch on Twitch to get points, turn those points into tickets, and then wait for the drawing after the Daymar rally. Thanks to so many of you who showed your support during the holidays, I now have enough money to start building a mobile VR cockpit for Bar Citizens and next year's CitizenCon. We have reached over 175 subscribers over on Twitch. That's more than I ever thought possible, and I couldn't be here without you. Thank you all for the support and that sweet voodoo that you do.
I really wish there was a way to freaking chat in menus. You know, that would be so handy. You could invite a friend and be like, yo, let's do this, but no. So, like, first thing they need to focus on is getting the goddamn 4.0 working nice and smoothly, missions and all that stuff, and just performance and bug fixing. Then they need to prioritize, I think, that social shit. And then if they could just keep that game in a working state with the social shit on top of Pyro and all the new missions, then I think this will be in a solid place for them to just hold for a long, long time until they have a whole shitload of crap to add to it. Use their own chat programs. Yeah, but that's not how you... Like, yes, but like, let's say if I wanted to invite Todd Fox or Yo-Yo Meg or another streamer, right? I'd have to go to their Discord or find out if they're even on Discord or, you know, maybe they're in a private call or something, right? Like, how about just, you know, the ability to, hey, chat and party in the main menu? I was playing WoW Classic the other night, and even in vanilla, wow, a full-fledged MMO with launch, chat, and party and guild capabilities is just light years ahead of what we have in fucking Star Citizen. It's insane. Star Citizen is just less than bare bones at this point. It's still the Barons single chat, single server thing that we've always had. They have not done anything else besides that. Isn't that what Spectrum was for? Yeah, well, guess what it's used for now? Bitching. Real good job there, CIG. I liked it when Undersuits was its own category. It doesn't matter what they intended for it to do, they still have yet to actually integrate it with the Mobi-Glass or, you know, game itself, so. But like, since we're on the subject, what would it look like? What would, like, 1.0 communications look like? Do you think that they'll let orgs and friends and party members be able to send messages instantly while people are in different systems, because this is a goddamn MMO, and why the hell wouldn't you do that? Or are they going to go with the lore standard of that you have to data run any information going between stars, which is why data running exists? I smell a rant coming on, but I'm pretty sure that I've had a lot of... I don't know if I've made an actual rant video about this topic, but I've definitely broached the subject a lot on the stream. What was it? How do they make chat work for the lore as well as the game, right? Because there's supposed to be no FTL communications in between star systems, which is why you need data running as a job and a thing that is done to basically, you know, Pony Express mailbag all the information to and from systems in some form or fashion. We don't know yet. CIG hasn't really planned any of that out, much like Death of a Spaceman, but they insist that that's what's gonna go on. So at that point, do you have your MMO game? Party chat, Spectrum, all that shit? Do you just say, no, you can't use it in-game because you have to be in the same system because there's no FTL travel? Or no FTL comms and, you know, communications that could travel faster than light and shit like that, right? And so, like, if you can send messages in your Mobi-Glass between people who are in completely different star systems instantly, then why can't you send waypoints? You know, and if waypoints can't be sent, then, I don't know. You run into a lot of trouble, and I don't know how they're gonna, you know, have their cake and eat it too here with this system that they have yet to design. But like, what's the point of data running, right? You can't like send coordinates and stuff and you actually have to move them through a ship to different stars. But like, I can just type those coordinates into my freaking Mobi-Glass. Like, if we're talking about like, you know, what you would run for data would be like, mining spots that you pinged and saved because they have fucking added a nav buoy by this point. You know, ability to like scan and like have entire sectors of planets and like their resources and just, you know, derelict positions in space and all of that coordinates and crap and data, right? Ideally, they want you, from what I recall, to run all of that in a ship to another star. At the same time, however, because this is a game. And again, we don't have this system, so what are they going to do? Are they going to let us talk to our friends and guild members? I mean, they have to. It's a game. Like, this wouldn't be a game if, you know, they said just use Discord for actual org activities and talk. Oh, thank you so much, Mishka, for following and doing the voodoo that you do. I hope you're enjoying the show. If they allow for orgs and party members and friends to just chat wherever they are in the entire spectrum, and those friends can, you know, send coordinate links and stuff, I don't know. I guess they'll have to just limit... Oh, hey, my posters. I forgot to put those up. I guess they'll have to limit what type of data can be transferred through chat. But if they are able at all to have a hyperlinked pinpoint location, then it's all over for data running. If they link Spectrum to in-game chat, that would work. But it really wouldn't, though, because then people could just like, all right, here's where all these mining fields and, like, you know, this stuff that I found on Daymar for minables, here's where our resource scan ping, you know, goes. And they just hit Mobiglass and go to Spectrum and find that. Instead of having to go to their local trade dealer, buy that data off of a data broker, and then, you know, facilitate the entire purpose of data running. Right? That's the whole point, is that CIG says that data running is going to be a thing. The lore says that comms can't travel FTL, and they are making an MMO game. How are we going to balance all of these things out? Because there's a lot of, you know, like pointing, like, this can't be true if this is true, this can't be true if that's true. And it's just a big crisscross of fucking ideas that just don't seem on paper to align and work in any way, shape, or form. If they link Spectrum, then nobody needs to data run. They just go to the fucking data posts through Spectrum on their Mobiglass. If you can fucking, you know, link coordinates through chat, then nobody needs to run data coordinates through the data running system, right? Remember trying to find Jumptown without a quantum marker? You could tell people where you are, but it's a pain and lost time. Selling a marker is where it would be at. Well, yeah, or you could just fucking click on the where is Jumptown thread in your Mobiglass and then get in a direct fucking answer. And, like, here's a link to the nav buoy, or, like, they would have to restrict how that would work, you know. And then there would be no point, because then, you know, basically they have to ham-fist it. They have to force us to use it, and then they have to make sure that we bypass easier methods to, you know, get around it. That's what it feels like to me, you know. I don't see how chat, data running, and no FTL comms all can coincide all at once. But I don't know. What do you guys think in chat? If this has ended up being a rant or a discussion on YouTube, I've been thinking about this problem for years now, and I still don't know how CIG is going to actually solve it. Like, the communication problem is just weird. Saying the second mountain to the left, the moon 45 degree, isn't as helpful as selling a buoy marker. But, like, if there are pinnable coordinate systems that they eventually have, right? And you can send those coordinates to and from your party members, right? Like, I have a coordinate that I've marked with a nav buoy. I need to send that to a party member, right? I click that and I send it to a party member. If that is doable in Mobiglass and party chat, then there's no need for data running, because then you could upload it to Spectrum, and then you could just fucking click anywhere you're at in another system entirely. So that's what I'm getting at, is they'll have to literally make it to where you can't do that, and thus negate the quality of life that entire feature of being able to send a pin to a player in Mobiglass provides entirely, just to force the player to use an arbitrary data running system because they have to compensate for the fact that there's no FTL comms and lore. That's where I'm saying. Why wouldn't you? It's a video game. It's like, if you are with players playing in a party in a space game and you need them to come to your location, you need to be able to ping that location. Like, of course that has to go in. This is a space MMO in 64-bit float of real 3D space, most of which is fucking empty. There has to be a way to send those coordinates to your friends and party markers. If you have to go out and buy a goddamn nav buoy to do that, then this fucking MMO is sunk in the water before it even left port. All right? That's what I'm getting at. If they want to make a game, if they want to make an MMO game that millions and millions of players are playing, that everybody says, hey, my friend, you should go play this game. It's really cool and easy to play, right? If they want that game to exist, then this system has to be easy for players to be able to move, find, and go towards each other. So, it's also by somebody who wants more realism. You just tell to go to a system gate and find your way. Yeah, well, that's not going to sell millions of copies. And millions of, again, you guys, you keep coming to this, but that's not realism, and that's blah, blah, blah. I don't fucking give a shit, and I'm the most immersed man, all right? What I want is this game to exist. For this game to exist is we need millions of players to give hundreds of millions of dollars to CIG to continue the development at its current pace, because if they don't, they have to fold the company, shutter the studios, and then shut down the servers, okay? This thing is a monster that takes hundreds of millions of dollars per year for development costs. We need hundreds of millions of dollars per year in income to keep it going. We have literally flatlined in pledges. If they want this to actually get any further, they need more people. And more people aren't going to be wanting to be told, just go to a gate and find your way. It's realism, bro. They want an MMO that is made in the 24th fucking year of the goddamn 21st century. All right? They want easy to fucking find markers and players and friends. They want a guild chat. They want fucking organization and Spectrum posts. They want to be able to hyperlink through Discord and, you know, be able to have links in their actual chat and stuff. And if there's links and stuff in the chat that go to an online web browser, then that web browser is going to be able to have fucking entire Reddit threads and posts of where all the shit is. So, like, that's just my point, right? You can't have your cake and eat it too unless they literally disable all of that quality of life feature that the chat would provide at an MMO scale to friends, to org mates, to party members. So that's just what I worry about, you guys. Time map feels pretty small to need all this jump stuff. Well, it's gonna get bigger when there's, like, you know, more than 1,000 people on each server and there's thousands and thousands upon LODs and sites and crap that are on each planet that they said that they want to do from last year's CynicCon. So, I don't know. Again, it doesn't feel like they're going to be able to, you know, get all of this reconciled with each other. That's the word I've been looking for, reconcile. Anyways, they have all of these different systems that are fighting each other. Thank you. And they have said fuck all as far as what they actually plan to do for communications and org and except that Spectrum will eventually be linked to the Moby-Glass. So, thank you so much, Troubleshooter. Did someone say cake? Oh, yeah, thank you so much for the 3 months, Troubleshooter. Is there enough about data run itself that just doesn't get cut from the game? Well, we know that, thingy. What was it? Oh, yeah, we know that Starliner. Somebody asked a post on the Starliner and its functionality for 1.0, and they said that they will not have, they do not intend to have the Starliner ready for 1.0. It's not one of the focuses of the ship, which means that they will not have that gameplay up and running. So if they don't have the Starliner and they don't have transportation gameplay, then who's to know? Who's to say? Maybe they won't have data running in 1.0. And then maybe at that point they'll just say, fuck it, there's no data running. But it's really weird because they definitely sold data running ships, Reswald. So you can't just cut that from the game. People who spent hundreds of dollars on those kind of get fucking shafted. And this is the problem with selling gameplay before you actually fucking, you know, develop it. If you actually have to cut it for emergency reasons, then you leave a pretty sour taste in the people that paid for it. Anyways, what do you guys think about FTL comms, Moby-Glass chat Spectrum integration, MMO chat quality of life features, and just all this crap in general? Like, I just feel like this is a big mess waiting to happen. And again, this all comes from the fact that I was playing WoW Classic with some friends, and that vanilla WoW at its launch had so much good quality of life. Like, I could return a whisper, I could freaking party chat, guild chat, I could move windows around for all that. And then, like, how do they reconcile that with data running now that that's going to be a thing? So anyways, if this ends up being a rant on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching and doing the voodoo that you do. You guys are amazing for showing all the support wherever you are. If you guys are needing it, check out my new 4.0 VR setup tutorial general guide that I posted. Hopefully a Quest 3 guide very soon. And yeah, till next time, as always, stay safe, fly right. I'm Chachi Sanchez. Y'all have a good night. For ya.
But I've never seen anything to make me believe there's one all-powerful force controlling everything.
Say the best. cabeza cristal.